I've been wanting to ask you, every time I climb the stairs lately, my knees have been hurting. What could be causing that?
So there's a couple of reasons why your knees are causing some problems. So first thing is, it might be the improper way, the way that you're walking down or upstairs. So one thing you're looking at is how well your knees and your foot is actually positioned. So for example, if your foot tends to be more straighter like this and your knees are actually from knee to the toes in terms of the angle position, then you won't really necessarily feel any pain or discomfort. But if you're walking down where your foot is actually outwards towards that position, it's not straight, then in that outwards position, as you walk down, that's when you can feel a little bit of pain and discomfort because you're tightening the muscles on the inside of that muscle fiber behind the knee and also on the outside of the hamstring muscle, which is causing the pain and discomfort. So in that position is when you're tightening up those muscle fiber. As soon as you go down, then it tightens the joint even more, putting emphasis on the pressure in the outside of this area, which is why most people feel pain when they're walking down.
Is it something wearing out, or could it just be muscle imbalance?
It could be a factor of muscle imbalance and also the joint being wearing out, specifically maybe the meniscus. Now, the only way to rule that out is by an ultrasound, x-ray, or MRI, depending on the situation. But normally, you'll do an ultrasound first to rule out if there is a tear in the meniscus. From there, that's when you can get an x-ray to look at the space, and further by an MRI to look at what type of tear it is by going from there. When your foot is actually not so much on par, so for example, if your heel is down here, then you're more prone to injury. If your heel is more at the back, more towards the ledge of the inside where the foot is right now, then you're more stabilized. The same thing when you're walking up the stairs. If you're walking the stairs where your toes is on the edge of it, then you're more prone to that injury because the only muscle that is engaging that push up is the muscle. It's called the soleus, and it's behind the calf. So a lot of people complain about the calf muscle when it comes to this problem, but it's actually not the calf. It's inside that muscle that's what's causing the problem. So it's called the soleus. So normally in your foot position, it should be more the whole thing's on the actual step, not on the edge of the step. It should be the whole entire foot on the step as you are walking up.
So do you think I should avoid stairs completely or keep using it gently?
You can still use the stairs if it's not giving you pain or discomfort. And if it is giving you pain and discomfort, you should rule out a couple of things. One, is there muscle tightness or is there an actual joint problem?
Is it possible that it's coming from my hips or feet instead of the knee itself?
It can. If your hips is a little bit more tighter on certain areas, it can cause your knee to flare inwards as you are walking upstairs. Or same thing, if there's a tightness of this one, then instead of when you're walking up in terms of, or walking down, then the knee position wouldn't be straight, it'll be bent inwards. So that's why when you notice when your body's actually doing that, what happens is your foot won't be straight, your foot's gonna tilt outwards, so it prevents that from happening. So your body's actually making these changes to support what's wrong in your body itself. So this is your own body's protective mechanism because it knows something is wrong here, something is wrong here. Therefore, I'm gonna twist this slightly to tighten the muscles in the back to provide my stability so then I can actually walk upstairs or downstairs. And that's when you'll notice people walking more like this, more like duck feet when they're walking out because of that reasoning.
So what should we do? Should we watch the position of our knees and our legs and our feet?
Technically, you don't have to get too complicated, but you want to picture yourself is your toes should be straight. It should never be outside like this when you're walking. As long as your toes are straight, pointed out straight, then the positions of your knees or your hips are fine. But if you're walking out like this more, then you're tightening up certain groups of the muscles, which then will mimic kind of a sciatica pain as well. Because if you're walking like this, where the toes are pointing out constantly, then you're tightening up a lot of the muscles in the back, which impinges the nerve. Same thing, one of the muscles is similar to sciatica pain, which is called piriformis syndrome. Piriformis is the muscle in the hip and the back over here. So when I walk like this, the muscle is less engaged. If I'm walking like this, it tightens the muscle more. So then this muscle will impinge the sciatic nerve, making it look like sciatica symptom.
Do you see a lot of people having these complaints?
Tons of people having these type of complaints on a daily basis, especially with the knees problem, the ankle and the joint problem, and the hip problem, where sciatica is the most common pain there is in the planet Earth. However, 9 out of 10 is not because of a true sciatica, because there's a disc problem, there's a spinal problem. It's actually because of something is wrong there and something is wrong there, mimicking the sciatica.
So if I go to your clinic for this condition, what kind of treatment can I expect?
That will depending on the condition of the type of issue. So if it's because of the muscle tightness from certain areas, then we'll release those muscles first by a lot of soft tissue work, deep pressure work, maybe active release technique or fascial releases techniques. From there, then we'll look at if the back is weak. If the back is weak, then we have to do some strengthening work on it as well. So it depends on what that cause of the problem it is, because just by saying I'm walking down like this doesn't mean that every single person is going to come in and have the same similar treatment, because everyone is slightly different. Because this might be created by an old injury from your ankle. Or you could be walking like this, not because of the ankle injury, it's because of the tightness of the hip. So in the same reality, one person might walk like this, but their cause of the problem might not be the same. So one person, person A, I might be, instead of addressing the hip first, I have to address the ankle first because that's the source of the problem. While the person B, I have to treat the hip because that's the source of the problem first before I can work on the below the knee muscles or the thigh muscles, depending on the situation.